Crows have always been a symbol of omens and endings. And today I'm kitting up Four Crows of the Apocalypse, a canvas from Craftibly, a shop that diamond painters still talk about in whispers. Some remember it as one of the best companies, and others as a bittersweet story in our community. Welcome back to Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting, where every kit has a tale, and some tales come with ghosts of shops we miss. So, my friends, Craftibly was a Texas-based company right out of Fort Worth. And they weren't just a brand. They were known for going the extra mile with presentation, from soft canvases to those signature purple tubes. Like this one. I did not know they did boxes. Side note. I didn't even know they did boxes. But I guess they did. I have one in a tube. This one is Captive Fairy, which I have been itching to do for like ever. It's a Jasmine Beckett Griffith, and someday I will get to this because it is on my list. Anyway, they were one of the first small shops in the US to really challenge the big names with high quality canvases, unique artwork, and focus on community. And if you ever ordered during one of their Craftibly Craze events, you know exactly how exciting those drops felt. I'm just going to kind of show you guys. Here's the Craftibly box. If you've never seen a Craftibly box, I hadn't. Here's the artwork we're going to be kitting up here. And here's the box. On the side, premium diamond painting kit. And on the back, what's inside and how we diamond paint, etc. So there we go. Let's open this up. I have, confession, I've already opened this up. So I took the guts out. I'm sorry, you guys. Oh, excuse me, friend. Here's my little friend. Anybody take a guess where this came from? Yeah, I'll just put him right over there. It's the skeleton of a Care Bear. That my property rejected it. You need to go over here, my little friend, for now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Here it is, my friends. Here is the canvas. It's huge. It's taking up, and it's even going off frame. Here it looks like we have a 24-inch by 30-inch canvas. And in the thick of the moment, I'm not the greatest at the centimeter part, the conversion into centimeters. This canvas is the Four Crows of the Apocalypse by Cheryl Baker and has 60 colors. 60. And my friends, here is why people still miss Craftibly. Look at this canvas. Nice and clear symbols on here. Look at that. It's big, big. It's real big. Look at this. My gosh. And look at the hay. Like the hay wheat kind of details down here. You can clearly see the image. Perfect for this season, but this is why people miss Craftibly. It has scalloped poked edges and kind of a felt back. It's a stiffer, not so flimsy, you know, you can bend it or whatever and roll it, but it's not that totally dead fish kind of canvas that just flops everywhere. It does hold a little bit of shape, as you can see here. They had poured glue, as you can see, really clear symbols, soft velvety backing, and just really gave you a boutique feeling. It's premium without being overly polished. And because I know light is reflecting and such, let me just show you. Here's the thumbnail. This is the image that you're looking at on the table. Look at that. Perfect for the Halloween and fall season. Just spooky enough to make it onto my channel, but not so spooky that it's going to scare anyone away. Right? I had to confer with my assistant, Sundown. If anybody's curious, I did say this is a 24 by 30 inch. It's roughly 66 by, wait, 60, it's roughly 60 centimeters by 77 centimeters. They did not put centimeters on the canvas. It's my understanding that Craftibly was really kind of one of the first US-based premium sort of canvas shops that we got over here, and they kind of were the ones that pioneered us into premium diamond paintings. This, I'm looking at it and it seems very DAC-esque. I do see some line blocking and some color blocking, kind of some outlining of images and stuff. There's outlines here, so you know, but I believe Craftibly predates them. Correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong, but from what I saw, I did find in my research one claim that Craftibly was the first US-based premium diamond painting company. So very, very interesting. And back then when they came onto the scene, I don't think we're used to getting these more premium feeling canvases with the poked and scalloped edges. And there's two tabley labely situations here. Has a really thick, good feeling cover sheet and poured glue. So not only that, but there's also special drills in the kit, and this was kind of all new and exciting to the diamond painting world over here, to get these premium embellishments, enhancements, upgrades, if you will. So like I said, we'll take a look at this here. I'll show you. There is no thumbnail at the top of this one, but you can see, if you're curious, they have it in DMC order, and it looks like we do have some mostly symbols. We got A, a C, a B, but I'm also looking at the canvas here, and we do have some dark on dark, which is a little concerning. Definitely going to need to keep my eyes peeled, but you can kind of see how the tabley, labely, symbol-y situations changed over the years. Look at that. And we got some numbers here, but definitely very symbol heavy, if you ask me, which is fine because everything is looking really clear on the canvas. Really, really clear. It does look like we have some training wheels in some places. You can see the light outline of circles around that J there, around that 4 there. So we do have some training wheels, but they are lighter in color. And then we do have a thumbnail down here with this tabley label situation, if you need a thumbnail. And then at the bottom of the canvas, they did include the thumbnail here as well, and the title, The Four Crows of the Apocalypse by Cheryl Baker, and the copyright information here, and a place where you could go online, share your progress. Make sure to post photos of your work as you progress and tag us online for a chance to be featured on our website, #Craftibly. There is guarantee on here, and it says you won't be stuck with a project you hate. If you have any problems or decide you don't like this kit, just reach out to us. Emails at craftibly.com. I do want to remind everyone, Craftibly has closed their doors, so that information is no longer valid, relevant, or current, though I assume that is no longer available, but who knows, they might have left that open for people like me who have kits from their company, but I doubt it. And here, my friends, are the drills. Now, it did come in a sleeve with the thumbnail and all the details we need to know. So if you needed to store your drills separately, you could with no additional notations needed. And we do have trains here. We do have trains of drills, much like we see with current DAC. I see some special drills in here as well. So we'll look on the canvas and see what they are and where they're gonna go before we kit up. But here's our color palette. You can kind of see lots of 310 in there. Let me flip the light around so we can actually see. Lots of 310 and yellow. There's some blues, creams, maroons, browns. Lots of brown and black I see, and some teal. A little bit of lavender in here. So that's exciting. And again, another look at the artwork. Clearer picture, maybe. There we go. Clearer picture. Very pretty. Excitement. So yes, and I was looking at these drills and I see butt dimples on the back. So I conclude that these are acrylic drills. I also don't see any static in there. This particular kit has 6 special drills in it. We have these white ABs. We have some green ABs, very few of them, but there they are. And then we have red rhinestones, a few of those, a few green rhinestones. Then we have some like light grayish, maybe they're light brown. It's hard to tell in here with all the silver backing. We'll get a better look when we kit up, but it looks like they could be, oh no, those are like a light yellowy brown actually. Crystal rhinestone situation. And then we have a yellowy orange brown. That's a lot of colors. I know. I don't know how else to describe it, but there it is. A pale brown or a light yellowish brown type of rhinestone crystal here. These are our special drills. Let's see where we can expect to find them on the canvas. Okay, my friends, I've done my homework and I've found where these drills are gonna go. So let's start up here. These red crystals here are going to be the red floral situation up in the tree up here, up and all throughout the tree down here. And then we have this like yellowish, brownish orange kind of crystal. This is going to be speckled throughout the darker spots on the moon in the background. So that's where we're going to find those. And then we have this huge bag of this kind of a lighter, very smoky brown rhinestone crystal situation, and this is going to be what outlines everything where the light hits. It's basically going to be a highlight, but it seems to be an active outlining situation. So we'll be line blocking a lot with these. And then we have the green, a few green crystal rhinestones here and green ABs right here. Oh, it's hard to see. How about I flip it around? There you go. These are going to go just right in here, just throughout his little body where there is still some green grass type, green grass imprints here. And the final one, the white ABs, these are going to be way down here. Please hold, stand by. Way down here in the bottom, in the hay, to embellish the highlighting in this like hay straw situation down here on the sides. The cornfield, maybe the corn leaves, whatever you make of those to be, the stalks. That's gonna highlight the stalks. That, my friends, are where the specials are gonna go in this canvas. Now that we've kind of dug into this canvas and taken a good solid look at everything that we can, I am going to roll this up with a canvas roller and get to work on kitting it up. For this, I'm going to use a Black Dahlia Diamond Art canvas roller because I think the colors kind of go with it. And plus I just got it and it's got Mikey all over it and it's October. So yeah. But I thought it would be a good idea to show you guys how to work one of these canvas rollers since I'm going to be doing it anyway. So you want the part of the canvas that you want to roll outward, which is the face of the canvas. You want it to roll outward, and so that you will have face up, and you take I'm right-handed, if that matters and how you do things. It might be a little bit different. I guess flip it, reverse it, mirror image it. But if you're left-handed, I'm going to take my roller like so. And I'm going to take the end of the canvas and I'm just going to kind of slide it on in here and not drop it, but actually slide it, hold on to it and slide it in to start. Slide it to the middle like this, and I'm going to start the roll on the inside. I'm using my fingers to kind of manipulate the canvas into rolling on the inside and curling up like so. And I want to make sure the edge of the canvas isn't getting twerked on the back of the canvas, so just roll it. I'm using my other hand off camera over here. So I'm using my other hand, taking that end of the canvas and rolling it to get started. And once I have a good canvas roll started, I'm continuing to just roll it on up like that. So I'm twisting this hand like this, and this hand I'm twisting like this. Very simple. It can slide around up and down the canvas if you want, you know. If it does, it's not going to hurt anything. And this roller should fit this canvas in most part. And so if you want, let me see if I can get you a good view. If you want to see, here's what the inside of the canvas looks like. Rolling up in here, not a big deal. Everything looks good. And I'm grabbing the little edge here. And I'm just kind of getting it tighter rolled in there, as if it were a poster that you're trying to roll up and put back in a small tube. That is kind of the general premise here. I just roll and roll it. And then it's a little cockeyed, so I've straightened it up. And here we go. Completely rolled up for future storage or for use when I start working on the canvas. I can just pull myself off a workable amount like this. Just kind of roll it on out. Work on the parts, you know, you can pull it more if you want. Work on the part you want to work on, and then you can also roll it back up. Yes, even with the drills on it, won't hurt it. Just be, as long as you're careful. I mean, you can't go badgering the thing, but I roll up canvases with drills on it all the time in these rollers. So here we go. Canvas rolled up and ready to sit aside and let us kit up so we can start working on it. Whoop. Or travel with it. Just saying. All right, let's get to kitting up. Before I forget and we get into it, another thing that came in the Craftibly kit was a stickered label sheet. That was also like super bougie back when. You know, we're kind of getting more and more used to seeing this and sometimes even expecting it, but it wasn't always the case. And so we do have a label sticker sheet here, and these are all stickers, including the Craftibly thing. We have all stickers here, including our little thumbnail with a start date and finish date line if you like to write on those for your logbooks. These were just coveted and really popular and kind of started the whole expectation of premium kits having sticker label sheets. So here's our sticker label sheet that came in here with extra stickers. You know, that's pretty cool. I really like that. So we're going to use these to kit up, and I'll be kitting up in my Classify. Now, listen, I know there's spare drills like under the containers. Don't judge me, okay? Don't judge me. I find it really tedious, and I don't know why. It's like folding laundry or doing dishes or taking out trash, you know, the things that we all kind of hate to do. I hate taking all of my containers out to dump out the spare drills that have fallen under the containers and then putting them all back in. I don't know why. It's just one of those things that I don't do until I absolutely have to. Think of me what you will. That's fine. To kit up, I'm also going to be having some sharp little scissors to cut open the train bags. And I chose this washi tape. It's Crows. How apropos. So I will be able to identify this kit as the Four Crows of the Apocalypse just by looking at the containers. So yippee skippy, we're ready to dive in. And while I kit up, at least for the first part, let's talk a little bit more about Craftibly. So it's my understanding that Craftibly's drills were another big highlight for this company. Round drills lined up beautifully, and people used to rave about how little gapping there was on the canvas, especially for a round drill canvas. Because, I mean, round drills, inevitably, you see the gaps, but apparently Craftibly was somewhat of a master at the virtually or totally gapless round drill canvases. We'll see. I will let you know as we go through and start working on it. But I'm curious. Their color choices always felt very deliberate. They understood what would make the artwork pop. And I must say, when we're looking at the canvas and the placement of the special drills, those special drills did look very intentional, not sneezed. And we know how much I appreciate that with special drills. So happy to see that, and glad to know that that was a pro in the community. I'm not the only one who noticed that. You might notice a lot of editing cuts around here. I'm trying to spare you from as much crinkling as humanly possible. What I'm noticing about the drills here is that they have them in the number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have drill bag numbers. This is giving me very, very big DAC vibes, where they're putting the volume of drills on the front end, and as you go, the volume gets less and less. I'm getting that kind of vibe, just FYI. But we're not here to talk about them. We're here to reminisce, remember, and hey, if you didn't ever get to experience or you didn't know about Craftibly, kind of take a walk down memory lane with me here. So we were talking about how, you know, the deliberate color choices and the deliberate special drills, and people were just raving about how awesome the round drill canvases were with lack of gapping, you know, very tightly fitting, tightly packed round drills, but not so much that they were popping, just that they perfectly snapped into place. Of course, not every experience was perfect, because I've said it before, said it in one of my last videos, that you know, not everyone and everything can be perfect all the time, right? There is no such thing as perfection. Some diamond painters said that kits could be hit or miss with the trashiness in the drills. And as I'm cutting through here and looking, I'm not seeing too much obvious trash, you know, like the litter, the dust, you know, the little speckly bits. I'm not seeing any of that. That's not to say that there aren't some misshapen drills in here, but I'm not seeing a bunch of obvious trash just by looking at these here. But apparently, you know, it was hit or miss with the drills. Some were trashy, some were perfection. Another kind of bone of contention that the community seemed to have with Craftibly was that they moved to pre-orders right before the ick happened that made us all stay home. Right before that. People were getting frustrated about the pre-order system change, and the timing probably wasn't the greatest. It's not like they could have foreseen that the great ick was going to strike and what was going to occur because of it. But apparently the pre-order system combined with the great ick shutdown caused a lot of frustration for customers. The shutdown made it hard for them to keep up with demand Craftibly, and eventually the business started to fade. Ultimately, the business did end up having to shut its doors. It did not survive. It did not survive quarantine. But in the community, Craftibly still has this glow about it. People bring them up in favorite brand threads all the time, and many people treasure the kits that they managed to snag before they shut their doors. I would love to know from you guys, had you heard of Craftibly, or is this your first time hearing about them? I must say I do apologize for bringing you guys a kit that is from a company that no longer exists. That's not to say that you couldn't maybe ever get one of their kits. You could check B-Stash groups maybe if they're still out there. I know that I heard about Craftibly closing shortly, I think it was shortly after I started my channel, about 2 years ago, and I was lucky enough to snag one of their kits. I believe just one, maybe two. I definitely know that Captive Fairy, but they were gone before I ever really got a chance to check them out thoroughly. So this is my first. I have another kit, but I've never done a Craftibly, so this will be my first Craftibly do. So this is exciting for me, and I'm excited to hear about these claims of these phenomenal round drill kits just being perfection in terms of grid spacing and snapping into place and no gapping and stuff. I'm intrigued. So I hope you guys are too. But again, I'm sorry that to bring you a kit from a company that no longer exists, but just because something's gone doesn't mean we should forget and experience them if you get a chance. So that's what I'm doing. And honestly, it's a little bit of a kind of an homage and to honor the company. They tried, and unfortunately there were a lot of businesses that suffered from the quarantining situation. And, it's unfortunate, but it seems like Craftibly was one of them. I know a lot of people are sad to see them go, and probably going to be pretty stoked to see a Craftibly kit still being out here in the world and getting done. I know I'm excited. So I'm going to go ahead and start kitting this up, but I don't want to bore you guys with that. You've probably seen me or any other number of diamond painting creators kit up, and we've already kind of chit-chatted about the history and what we know or what I could find out about Craftibly. And so what I'm going to do, I'll tell you what my process is, and then I'll check in with you every step of the way, let you take a little peek. Here's what I've got done, here's what I'm doing next kind of thing, and let you just kind of have snapshots. If you have any questions about what I'm using or why I'm doing something that I've done, leave them in the comments down below, and I will be sure to answer any questions you might have. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to washi tape my containers for protection so that the stickers don't perma stick on here. I have washi to stick the stickers onto, and when I'm done and I go to kit down, I just have to peel the washi and it's nice, clean, safe, protected container. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and check back in with you when I have all my containers organized and washi protected and ready to fill up. Okay, so I have my kitted up. These are the sizes I think I'm going to need in the quantity I think I'm going to need them. I also have my drills kind of separated into container size groupings, and now I'm gonna fill these up, see how well I guesstimated the sizes I'll need. While I fill them up, I am going to apply the stickers from the sticker sheet, although I am likely words are hard, I'm likely going to cut off the numbers as I go because I really don't like the extra 1, 2, 3, 4 through 60 situation. I just need the symbol and the DMC. So those numbers, does anybody use these, like the 1, 2, 3 through 60? Anyone use those? Am I the only one that cuts them off? Let me know. Okay, you guys, so I have all my containers filled with drills, and now what's left is for me to organize them in some way that makes sense to me. I do see I have some letters and numbers here, and then a bunch of symbols. So what I'm going to do is ABC, 1, 2, 3, then I'm going to do symbols in groupings that make sense to me. So I'm going to do that, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like put together and tell you what groupings I used. All right, you guys, so I have my kit organized how I'd like it. I've got A, B, C, E, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, R, S, T, U, Y. Now, you'll notice that, like, it's interesting because there are some letters that most companies avoid are present in this list here. Same with the numbers. Then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9 cents symbol, like cents, and then math symbols, so X or times, minus, plus, division or slash, check mark. Then I have the little up caret, lesser than, greater than, and I clustered these together because, you know, they're like symbols just turned on their side. Then I have a number on its side and a letter on its side to indicate the end of numbers and letters. Then we have, you know, left bottom corner, top right corner, left or right bottom corner. And then we have a down arrow, a U-turn, and up arrow. Those are grouped together in arrows category. These are corners category. These are T kind of category. It's an upside down T, and then T's on its side. And then these are brackets at an angle, so a right facing and a left facing bracket. And then I've got like hourglass symbols here on their sides, like one's kind of tilted to the right, one's tilted to the left, one's completely horizontal. Then I have dots. I've got 3 dots here and the 1 dot here. I would have put 1 dot and then 3 dots, but for space reasons I shoved them in this way. And then oddball symbols, like a sideways equal sign, one of the Blair Witch symbols, an hourglass, a flower, an anchor, a tree, and a half circle situation. There you are, you guys, and we now have this all organized, all kitted up, and every container here is a little piece of Craftibly history. The shop may no longer be around in the way it once was, but the work they left behind still speaks. Four Crows of the Apocalypse is ready to take flight on my slab, and I'll be thinking about the shop that gave us this art as I work. Because in diamond painting, the sparkle might fade in and out, but the shops that touched us, they leave an echo. So tell me in the comments below, did you ever order from Craftibly? Do you have a Craftibly kit in your stash? And if so, what is it? Or are you one of the diamond painters who still wishes they would come back? Don't forget to like, share, and come join the Crypt crew. And remember, here at Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting, every canvas has a story, and sometimes the shops themselves become the legend. Stay naughty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.